editing.
What are we doing today?
Well, we are going to install some parts. We got valve cover gasket, we got timing cover gasket and front main. We have new clutch fan, so that would be nice. We got some cap rotor and wires, so it should be good, we'll see. We got this little guy. This is a resistor thing. We can explain it later, but it's got to do with my fuel pump. We'll see why in a moment. And we have this guy, which is the alternator bracket, and it's a used one because I got parts. But the old one has a broken piece, so the alternator doesn't hold in so well anymore. So we are going to fix that. First, we're going to change this guy, which has to do with my fuel pump. So when the engine starts for the first, I don't know, 2 minutes or so, it runs the fuel pump at a higher power, and then it switches over to this guy. And it's low resistor, and what it's designed to do is it cuts the power to the fuel pump in half. The reason being is it promotes a quieter noise, I guess. See why we are changing this. That's why
They just fall apart. Oh wow.
Yeah, so that's why we're putting in a new one, or used-ish. It just goes on there like that.
What is it called?
It's just a resistor.
Is it? Where'd you get it from?
This one is off the Orange Jeep.
Okay.
I have no idea how much they are, but it doesn't really matter when you got used ones kicking around. So we just go with it.
That's it?
That's it for that one.
Okay, my suggestion was to start it right now to make sure that that works. Because if we do 5 more things and all of a sudden we start the truck and we're like, which part of the steps isn't working? That's my suggestion. So start it up and let's see.
Unplug it. Just gotta pull off one of the wires.
Okay.
So now, if it doesn't work, this is what it does.
Is that high revving? It shuts off?
So we know that guy's good.
Is that in all the way?
Today we're going to change a valve cover gasket. 1990 Jeep Comanche. Can't really see, but it's pretty oily. So we're going to take all this off, take this cover off, replace the gasket, and put it back together.
And why are you doing it?
Because it leaks oil, and it's old.
What are you doing?
Taking all this stuff off.
Okay. What size is that?
This is an 11 mil.
How do you know that's where it's leaking oil?
It's one of them. And if you look on the side, it's all covered in oil all the way down the side of it.
Do you have to disconnect those brad hoses?
No, I think I can wiggle around them. Yeah. Just move around them. Once I find a comfortable spot that I can sit anyway. First thing I like to do is to break all the bolts loose first. That way you're not fighting with anything. Over time they kind of get sticky and then don't like moving.
Oh my god, that noise shut off.
That's exciting.
Okay, let's refilm everything. Just kidding.
It's funny that they're actually working on a Sunday.
I know, right? On a next Sunday too.
That's probably why they're doing it.
Yeah, the wife wants me to do yard work, so I'm just gonna go to work.
And they might have shift work going on too.
Yeah.
It's so oily.
Wow. Do you have a bucket or something to put it in?
No, but I kinda want one.
Okay, so if you watched our last videos, one of my tips is to keep your nuts and bolts in like a bucket or something. And so if you don't have a bucket, but you have a veggie tray, you just eat the veggies and then put different sections for your pieces. Yeah. That's the first tip of the day.
Anything else you like that?
No. I'm just gonna enjoy eating these until you put those in like here or something. No? Yeah, good idea. Because every mechanic has a veggie tray when they do shit.
No, we don't. Never. That never happens.
Okay, bye.
Bye. See how loose that is?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like that.
Because the gasket's fucked. So it doesn't have a good seal.
No, it does not.
What are those? Lifters?
Rockers.
Rockers. Inspect.
Have a good seal at all.
Inspecting.
Look.
What? What are we looking
See
at?
this? How it's all covered in that oil?
Yep.
It tells me it was all going right past.
That's not good.
No, that's one of my oil leaks. It's not gonna stay.
That's okay. I got it.
Got it?
Man, no more carrots.
There wasn't a gasket on this period.
There wasn't?
No, there's no gasket.
There's no gasket.
Just no.
Are you inspecting?
I am.
And what are you observing?
Just looking for any discoloration or anything that doesn't look normal.
Is there anything?
Not really.
I see a pine needle.
Probably.
Do you drive through the bush much?
I do all a lot.
So, like, these are rockers?
Yes.
How do they work?
There's little push rods around on the backside.
Yeah.
And they push up, which pushes the valve down.
Oh, I see, I see. Do all these straight six engines work like this?
Not all. Similar principle, but not all of them have rockers on them. This one is just a standard overhead valve engine. Just cleaning up the surface here. I'll have to take a knife blade and make sure it's all clean. I'll have to do the same for the valve cover as well.
Okay, so after you remove all the existing gasket and oil, or most of it.
There's two ways you can do it. One is if you're using a quart gasket, usually you put silicone or something to hold it in place. Helps with it, I guess. Otherwise, what you can do is just throw it on dry, but they squish, so you gotta make sure everything's actually torqued perfectly if you do it that way, so you don't have one side that's higher than another. There's quite a bit of bolts in it, so if you have this one is tighter than this guy, well, you're gonna end up with a bit of a wave going on. It doesn't work so well. So usually, for quart gaskets, common practice is to throw some kind of gasket maker or silicone seal on one side, if not both, to help it seal. That's what we're gonna do.
Which way goes which?
It does, actually.
Okay, how do you know?
I don't. I messed up. I should have made sure before.
Well, there should be a marker on it, should it not? Writing on the other side, possibly? Blue side goes down? How do you know?
I don't.
Well, how do you know?
I'm test fitting it. But otherwise, what I was looking at is there's a little indentation in the gasket here.
Other way then?
No.
No?
I'm just looking to see
well, what about these screw holes? They're covered by the gasket.
True. But this is the screw. And if you look.
Oh.
Yeah. It's got some wiggle room.
So blue side down?
Or up, depending on how you're putting it on. You could silicone it to the head first. And then.
Nah, this looks easier. Maybe, because then you gotta like put that on there.
Which is why you put silicone on it. I'm gonna put a thin coat on the back side of this as well.
So it sticks to the head?
No, the head's not perfectly clean, and this will squeeze into any little cracks or any little scratches or dents or anything that are on the metal itself.
Now you put the screws back in, right?
Yep.
Do you torque them?
Yeah, I believe they're something like 10 inch-pounds.
But
yes, I do have a torque wrench. No, I'm not going to torque them to that because it's too light for my liking. This one.
How do you know?
Because
Am I doing it wrong?
nope.
Oh, it's like every other one?
Yeah, because under you, stand up for a minute. This is a harness holder, and it goes on top.
Oh, I
and
see.
there's supposed to be 3 of them, but
Okay, so you guys hear that? These go every other spot
on this one.
on this engine.
I'll never assume that's for the same for everything.
How you took it off, put it back on the same order.
You should.
For most cases.
These do actually have an order that they actually tighten down.
What is it? Center out?
It goes around in a circle.
Why?
It's just how it works with this one.
In my book, I was reading about like tightening for gaskets, and it's like it better work from the center out because then your gasket isn't being jumbled, it's like being pushed out when you tighten it, you know?
I think. The idea is that as you tighten it, it squishes it out.
Squishing. Yeah, exactly. That's what I just said.
Yeah. So when you tighten it down, you will get a wave.
Yeah, exactly.
As it goes. So if you just like tighten from one end to the other, you can actually shift the whole gasket over.
Right.
So usually you tighten them until they're snug. And then you do a final go around. Now we're gonna hook this stuff back up, which is not even 3 plugs. That's that.
That's it. And that's how you change
Valve cover gasket on a 1990 Jeep Comanche 4.0. You can see who did most of the work.
Hey, filming's hard work too. It's important. It's teamwork.
Yeah, teamwork.
Teamwork.